The workshop smelled of ionized metal and ozone, a scent Roman had grown accustomed to during his 3 months aboard the Valkyrie's descent. He knelt beside the towering figure of Queen Kendall, his human hand steady despite the tremor of nervousness that ran through his spine. Her armor, a masterpiece of Zerathi engineering, laid partially disassembled around them, revealing the bioluminescent scales beneath that pulsed with a soft violet glow. "The servo mechanism is damaged here," Roman muttered, more to himself than to her. His fingers traced the intricate circuitry embedded within the alien metal. "I'll need to reroute the power conduits." Kendall watched him with eyes that resembled molten gold, each iris containing swirling patterns that seemed to hold entire galaxies within them. She was massive compared to him, nearly 8 feet tall, even while sitting with elongated limbs that ended in delicate, claw-tipped fingers. Her species, the Zerathi, were known throughout the galaxy as fierce warriors and cunning diplomats. As a queen, Kendall commanded respect from every species in the Galactic Council. Every species except humans, apparently. They were too new to be intimidated. "You work with confidence," Kendall observed, her voice a melodic rumble that resonated in Roman's chest. "Most beings tremble when they come this close to me." Roman glanced up, offering a slight smile. "Should I be trembling?" Her mandibles, subtle ridges along her jawline, witched in what he'd learned was the Zerathi equivalent of amusement. "Perhaps. I am a queen, after all. I have conquered 17 star systems. And I'm a mechanic from Ohio who once fixed a 67 Mustang with duct tape and prayer," Roman replied, returning his attention to the armor. "We all have our achievements." The sound that escaped Kendall was unmistakably a laugh, though it came out as a series of harmonic clicks. Roman had been the only human assigned to her ship when Earth joined the Galactic Council 6 months ago, a gesture of goodwill, they'd called it. In reality, he suspected the Council wanted to see humans would handle working alongside species that could crush them without effort. Roman had handled it by treating everyone exactly as he would back home, with respect, competence, and a healthy dose of sarcasm. "There," he said, reconnecting a series of "The power flow should be stable now, but I need to access the dorsal plate to complete the repair." Kendall shifted, turning her back to him. The movement was graceful despite her size, and Roman found himself momentarily distracted by the way her scales caught the workshop's blue lighting. He'd never admitted aloud, but there was something captivating about the Zerathi Queen, something that transcended species and logic. He reached for the damaged plate, his fingers working to release the locking mechanisms. The armor was designed to interface directly with Kendall's neural system, making repairs delicate work. One wrong move could cause her pain or worse, permanent damage. "You hesitate," Kendall said softly. "I'm being careful," Roman corrected. "This connects to your spine. I'd rather not accidentally lobotomize a queen." Thoughtful, she paused, then added, "Come closer." "Roman, you cannot reach properly from that distance." He shuffled forward on his knees, close enough now that he could feel the heat radiating from her body. Zerathi ran hot. Their homeworld orbited a blue giant, and their biology reflected that environment. The warmth was actually pleasant in the perpetually cool workshop. Roman's hands moved with practiced precision, disconnecting damaged circuits and replacing them with new components he'd fabricated specifically for Zerathi. But it was delicate work, requiring him to lean against Kendall's back for stability. "Your kind fascinates me," Kendall said suddenly. "Humans are so fragile, yet you show no fear." "Oh, I'm terrified," Roman admitted, carefully soldering a connection. "I'm just really good at ignoring it. Survival mechanism." "Terrified of me." He considered lying, then decided against it. "Terrified of failing, of making a mistake that hurts you, of disappointing the first alien queen who trusted a human enough to let him repair her armor." He paused. "The you-could-kill-me-with-1-hand thing is honestly pretty low on the list." Kendall was quiet for a moment, and Roman wondered if he'd overstepped. Then he felt her hand, massive and warm, settle gently on his shoulder. The touch was so careful, so controlled, that it sent an unexpected shiver through him. "Don't be shy, human," she said, her voice dropping to something almost intimate. "You have proven yourself capable, more than capable." Her claws traced a feather-like pattern across his shoulder blade. "Your hands are steady, your mind is sharp, and your courage." She pulled him slightly closer, until his chest pressed against her back. "Your courage is something my people would sing songs about." Roman's breath caught. The gesture was not threatening, quite the opposite. There was something protective in the way she held him, something that spoke of trust and perhaps something deeper that neither of them had words for. "In Zerathi culture," Kendall continued, "we honor those who stand beside us without fear. You have done more than repair my armor, Roman. You have earned my respect, my trust." She paused, and he could hear the smile in her voice, perhaps even my affection. "I'm just a mechanic," Roman said, though his voice was rougher than he intended. "You are more than that, at least, to me." Roman finished the final connection, his hands trembling now for an entirely different reason. "Repairs complete," he managed. "The armor should function at full capacity." Kendall released him, turning to face him once more. In the dim light of the workshop, with her armor gleaming and her eyes blazing with that inner fire, she looked every bit the warrior queen she was. But there was something else there now, something vulnerable and honest. "Thank you, Roman of Earth," she said formally. Then, softer, "Thank you, my friend." Roman stood, meeting her gaze despite the height difference. "Any time, Your Majesty. Though maybe next time you could avoid getting shot at." Her laugh echoed through the workshop, warm and genuine. "I make no promises, little human. But perhaps you will be there to repair me when I do." "Yeah," Roman said, surprising himself with the certainty in his voice. "Yeah, I will be." As Kendall left the workshop, her armor humming with restored power, Roman realized something had shifted between them. In this vast galaxy full of beings beyond his comprehension, he'd found an unexpected connection. Sometimes courage wasn't about being unafraid. Sometimes it was simply about showing up, doing the work, and seeing the person beneath the armor. Whether that armor was metal or scales or the walls people built around their hearts. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough.